Welcome back to LukeREACTS. We react to everything weird, cool, or interesting we find on YouTube. Today we have the PlayStation 5 versus the Xbox Series X. The Showdown by Unbox Theory. Link to the original video in the description down below. I thought it's pretty topical to do a reaction about this. Everyone's hyped about the consoles. They should be coming out. Well, the Xbox in 4 days, PlayStation in 6 days. Let me know down below which one, if you got one that you're getting, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Dude, the moment has come. The question, the thing there.
I'm a PlayStation boy.
Everyone's
I thought I
asking
should
me.
just say that.
It's all over the place. Next
Even though no one
console.
probably asked, and
People are excited.
I don't give a fuck.
Probably should be. It's
Anyone
not
that did.
every year you get a brand new console from either Sony or Microsoft. Well, we have that happening this year.
Bro,
so
is that light or is it?
What
nah,
should
that's
it
a little
be?
dusty.
Should I go for the PlayStation 5 or the
Louis.
Xbox Series X? Now, I know there's also the Series S that's out there. I've done videos on it, but I think this is the showdown that people want to know about. The main objective of this video is just to give you a breakdown of the similarities, the differences, and also, thank goodness, we received a number of accessories as well. So we're going to look at some of those things. We're going to talk about external storage or expandable storage. We're going to talk about the controllers. We can finally just put these two consoles in the same place and talk about this big decision you're going to make this holiday season and going forward into the next couple of years.
I'm excited.
Whether it's going to be the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X. Now, I have played both of these, playing late last night, playing games, trying to get to the bottom of it. So I'm coming at it from that perspective.
Where he's gotten to, it must be really fun. To get a console early and get to just chill and play games as your job, to try things out. That's really that's amazing.
Although I haven't tried
I can
out
only
all
imagine.
The accessories.
The joy.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just
the fun of
push
this
the
to do it, but it
accessories
can
to the
also
side
probably
for a
get
moment.
tedious.
We got the PlayStation headset, nice little charger setup. Of course, we've got the camera as well. The high-end
PlayStation
Xbox
is a big.
controllers.
We
also even have the adaptive controller. All right, consoles themselves.
Oh, it is on the stand.
This has been talked about so much. The scale.
The PlayStation is just
5
massive.
Now, honestly,
that's just massive.
I don't think it's that big of a deal. It does strike you immediately, but you're going to get used to that over time, particularly since you can lay this one flat. And I'm not going to.
It looks like the Barclays Center.
When you lay it down flat.
That looks like the Barclays Center.
And you put it in a typical piece of entertainment furniture.
Yeah, it'll
blend. You're gonna be sitting there measuring it every day. You're just gonna kind of.
But it looks, especially it's jarring.
But it is worth mentioning
in comparison.
Microsoft was able to fit very similar processing power, very similar horsepower, similar SSD performance, and so forth. They were able to fit that inside of something smaller, so that's worthwhile. But in order to do that, they have a very what would you say, utilitarian design, single fan design up on top.
Look like a PC.
Reminiscent of me to
Looks like a PC.
Old version Mac Pro, which was it was a cylinder, but it was a very similar cooling idea. On the PlayStation side of things, they have a similar large fan approach to cooling, which apparently is going to get smarter over time and depending on the different games that you're playing. PlayStation will sell a non-disc drive version. You see the disc drives over here. They're going to sell a digital-only version, whereas on the Xbox side, if you want the top-tier specification, you're going to get it with the disc drive, whether you like it or not. And then they're also going to sell you the Series S, which is their digital-only version, but it will lack some of the performance that the Series X has. So a slightly different approach there. The front of the unit here, you can see on the PlayStation 5, we have our USB Type-C connector, a USB Type-A, and a couple of buttons. Over here we have one USB-A port, a sync button, and your disk drive power button here. So we have one more USB port on the front of the PS5 compared to the Xbox Series X. As we turn these guys around,
let's look at the back.
Check out their ports. You'll notice once again we have many similarities. Two USB Type-A ports. A LAN port is on both of them. We have our connection for power. Both have the integrated power bricks. No more external power bricks. That's a fantastic thing. We have our HDMI out on each of the two units. And then this is our major difference on the back of these two devices.
Oh, you can remove your storage.
Microsoft has chosen to go for this form of expandable storage. It is proprietary. This is a 1 terabyte card. Now, it's made by Seagate. It is very fast storage, and it needs to be for either of these systems, because one of the major benefits with this next-gen gaming is around your speed within the interface and also loading games. The load times are drastically reduced, even on some of your current favorites. So in order to expand the storage and launch games from that storage, you need to have fast storage. Now, this is not cheap, $220. And the thing is, since it's proprietary, presumably it's going to hold at that price and not be discounted too frequently, because there's no other players in the marketplace that are making these. So that could be seen as a downside. Then on the upside of it, this is incredibly compact. It strikes me as being more durable or portable than the SSD expansion that you could do on the PlayStation 5. So it's a little bit more versatile. Pop it in, take it to a different system, take it out, throw another one in.
Fire.
It's
That's
it's just a little
really
bit more versatile, but you probably in the long run will end up paying a little bit more for that.
That's actually really fire, though. I actually, like, I didn't even know that was a thing on the Series X. That's actually really fire. I fucks with that. Unfortunately, it's not selling me on an Xbox.
Which you install actually straight into the PlayStation 5.
With it.
Now, this unit can also be placed on its side. It's just such a simple form, a simple shape, a rectangle. Now, depending on, again, what type of furniture or setup you have, maybe that makes a big difference to you. I've had both of these units in studio now. It's a big studio, so I'm not cramped for space or anything like that, but I've had them both in studio, and I quickly forget the fact that this one is far bigger than that one. The thing that gets talked about more frequently, actually, is the styling, which is quite a bit different. You have the simplest form possible, and you have an incredibly complex form here with this tapering and these various shapes, and then the lighting that pops up on the inside of the frame over here, and the black and white motif. I'll just say I feel like this feels a little bit newer to me. I like simple forms. I could totally get behind this one too. When it comes to styling, I don't think I would make my decision exclusively on that. However, I think if this thing is sitting in your living room, it's probably going to command a little bit more attention from your pals
most definitely
than this one will.
Especially if you stand it up on the stand.
Now, I'm going to bring over the controllers, because this is the other area that...
I'll keep it a buck. I hated the PlayStation 4 controller and the PlayStation 3 controller and the PlayStation 2 controller. I have big hands, and the controllers are like... Oh, I have one right here, look. So, like, this is, like, really tiny. Like, I can play a game with one hand on this. So yeah, it looks like they made theirs bigger actually this time, and Xbox's looks about the same. Xbox controller fits a little better.
On, and it's funny. I was talking to Will earlier. I was thinking, man, when it comes to a new console, which part of it do you actually interact with? When we're talking about hardware,
and it's
yes, this thing is doing all the important stuff,
but it's the
really this is what you touch and hold. This is your console, at least when you're sitting on the couch. This is what you interact with. And so from that standpoint, it was a little bit, can I say, a little bit less exciting on the Microsoft side.
Yeah, because it's basically the
so
Xbox
similar to the previous generation controller. That said, there's some nice compatibility stuff that comes along with that. By sticking with the old design, if you go ahead and interchange older controllers from the Xbox One with this one, it's not really a big deal. They will work. They're compatible. Okay. And also the other way around, if you want to use this with an older console. There's something nice about that you don't need to replace all your controllers.
Yeah, that is true.
Full disclaimer like $60, here, $70. You will not be able to use PlayStation 4 controllers with PlayStation 5 games at all. Okay. So just to be clear, you're probably going to need a whole new outfit of controllers, and like I said, that could be a little bit more expensive. Yeah. That said, I've been playing these things. I have played these consoles, and so have a number of other people, and this controller ends up becoming the story of the whole thing. Particularly when you boot up just the demo game that's on here, the Playroom app, which sort of utilizes all these features. Now, I don't know if all the game developers are going to come along and actually... utilize what this thing can do, but when you see it and feel it, you realize that's something new. Very precise.
It looks very sleek and futuristic
because they've got all these various motors, and so I was playing the new Spider-Man game, and I'm on the subway, and I'm feeling the bumps coming from different places. then within the Playroom application game demo on here, you get a sense for what they're doing with the triggers, which is bananas. I've never experienced something like that before with such resistance and such a feedback where the trigger will change the amount of force necessary depending on where you're at within the actuation. It's very bizarre, difficult to explain.
Okay.
You can blow into the microphone, and it gives you a particular vibration.
Okay.
Of course, it's also got the motion stuff associated with it. So the controller, I mean,
nice
it's hard
controller.
to not come to the conclusion that this is the more advanced controller.
Okay.
Now, both of them got an upgrade to USB Type-C, which is a huge thing for me. I mean, I was so over the micro thing with all the busted cables and shoddy connection points. So that's a bonus no matter which platform you go.
Micro is just annoying.
USB Type-C. Now, granted, this one is fully rechargeable.
That one's
controller
a battery.
that ships with the Xbox Series X is a AA
Can
setup.
Can Xbox just learn?
Again, a little bit odd in 2020.
Yeah, like can they just
I'm sure
learn?
There's some
No one
people
likes
out
that.
there that like that, but if you want to take it a step further, you just go out and maybe you grab the Elite model, which that brings us to this moment as we move through this comparison. Now, I promise there's going to be gameplay. I have a lot to say, particularly around the Spider-Man experience here on the PlayStation, because that is really one of your next-gen exclusives that you're going to have at launch to play with. So I've been playing the Miles Morales game over here, and then booting up some older titles like Forza on the Xbox, but now at 4K, now at 60 frames on a beautiful OLED display. It's a whole different experience. This is the Elite Series 2. It's a good-looking package. It's a good-looking controller, optimized for you. Adjust thumbstick tension and select preferred thumbsticks and D-pad. So this is another level of configuration. This is not cheap, though. $180
fuck out of here.
dollars.
Fuck out of here. Billy, my Bill Gates boy. I know you're trying to catch it to my boy Jeff. I know you see Jeff, he like doubling up on how much you worked, and you like, damn, how do I catch him? You're not gonna tax niggas $100 for a controller, bro. 120 beans? 60 was enough. Like 60 was whenever I needed a new controller in there, I would be like, damn, that shit's $60. Like I gotta spend $60 right now. Or is it 70? It's like it's a lot of money. So like to double that essentially.
Goodness, the Xbox Series S is $299. This is almost $200. It's wild.
That
but
shit
it
crazy.
gives you a lot of stuff over here. Inside the package, you can look at the configuration, thumbsticks, carrying case, and so forth.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
I mean, this is some kind of points in Microsoft's direction for offering up this first-party option. Granted, if you wanted some of these features like the paddles and so forth on PlayStation, you can expect some third-party manufacturers to do custom versions of this controller. I'd expect to see that fairly soon, if not already.
That shit crazy though.
All right.
Okay.
Nice
okay.
little
I'm not gonna hold you.
here.
I'm not gonna hold you. Y'all selling me, Microsoft. Like you selling me on the experience. I'm a very experienced guy. Okay. I bought like at least I think 3 or 4 pair of Beats of different like models just for the unpackaging experience, just for the boxes. So I'm very experience driven. They selling me. I'm not gonna hold you. They selling
on the
me.
road like a real professional.
Yeah. Look at that. Like that's nice.
Oh wow! And you can charge it from within the case, Kirk.
Bill, I see what you're doing. I see how we moving in the. I see it, Bill. That's
so
actually fire.
But it's also charging.
That's actually fire.
And I think everything is inside that package. Oh, never mind. We got some stuff out of the package right now.
That's probably the paperwork.
Including some paperwork over here.
Do they have stickers?
That's simple stuff. Get you up and running. That's
stickers.
an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate code.
Oh, wow.
It's a 14-day Xbox Game Pass Ultimate trial for whoever wants to use it.
Okay.
You just got to pause the video and be quick. All right.
It's whoever got that was like...
That stuff down there. This is your cable. This is like a nice braided cable to go with this controller right here.
That's nice.
And it looks pretty long, too.
They selling me. They're selling me right now.
I was so sick of it. Busted so many cables over the years.
They're selling me on this.
It just is not a satisfying connection.
They're selling me on this.
On the other hand, Type-C, yes.
They're selling
thank you
me
very
on
much.
this.
So this is the cable that comes with it. It almost feels like a a cable for a gaming mouse or something
I'm
like that.
not gonna lie.
And then
selling
inside
it.
the carrying case, we unzip.
What's it? Let's see.
Woo!
Ooh, that's
and
nice.
look at all the goods in there.
Nah, that's
this
nice.
is a substantial
That's nice.
controller. I'm feeling metal on the back of it with the paddle buttons over here.
Nah, that's
Again,
nice.
interchangeable. You can make your modifications back
nice.
here. Rechargeable unit. This is all cool to the touch. Whatever material they're using here. I guess these are metal. That's pretty nice. And then again, we'll do our
Microsoft
connection point. We'll do our USB Type-C connection
All right,
point
Microsoft.
there.
You got me. You got me.
Now, the thing
You
about
got me
this,
on this controller.
the grip right away gets you. This is a rubberized. If you're a competitive type and your hands get a bit sweaty in that, that end game, war zone scenario, this is going to stay grippier no matter what's going on with your hands. That's a real
that's a nice controller.
grip.
Like, just look at the difference. Like, this versus this. The fact that you have to pay an extra $120 though, to me, is ridiculous. I feel like you could have gave a lesser model of this, with then the upgrade being this. You feel me? Like, without all the accessories, you can take off the paddles, but like the same texture of the controller.
A little more slippery.
You feel me?
The thumbsticks feel far more substantial.
Yeah, that looks nice. You can tell the difference.
These are lighter, whereas this is, I feel like I've got a tiny bit more precision over there. I can put different thumbsticks on there, so
that's crazy.
Check it out. We have, of course, the standard
They're selling
Xbox
again. They're
thumbstick.
selling me on this.
This one, which is well, it's still a concave, but it's a slightly flatter unit without a ring in the center. I kind of like that. We've also got the, I believe it's called convex, which is, this is a popular choice. So, once again, some people in those first-person games, doing the shooting and whatnot, find more precision with something like this. This has rings inside of it as well. So we have
that's fire, though.
a number
that's
of options
fire.
here. Let's see. Oh, and then what the?
You don't even know what's in there.
Oh, that's cool. I did not realize this.
What's up? Talk to me, Louis. Is that the charger?
That's just for shipping? That's incredible if that's just for shipping. Kirk's telling me to rip it off. He's right. That's just for shipping. This little microfiber Alcantara type deal just for shipping? Wow. Okay,
again,
I just realized something
you
about this package. This little base unit
is the charger.
Magnetically sits over here, and that pass-through goes to the USB port on the back of this little charge dock. So
and
actually,
then you put it in
drop
and it charges.
this in, it's charging right away.
Yeah, that's fire.
That is very cool.
That's fire. That's fire.
Yes, this is amazing. This thing is super high quality. Now, you can remove this, obviously, and just have your charge dock live somewhere else, like this, outside of the case if you're not carrying it. So it's a nice little place to charge up your controller, so you won't even have to be inserting and removing your cable. That's going to fly right into
there, so you
this
can
little
preserve
magnetic charge base.
That shit fire.
Right. The other thing I like about this package, it keeps all your things together, all your little accessories. This tool is for swapping out your different attachments, and then there's also, you've also got your classic type of D-pad as an option if you prefer, depending on the type of games that you play, and all this stuff sort of fits back in here. Now, something I'm noticing is the different thumbstick attachments. You don't get two of each, so you kind of decide here, depending on which thumbstick you're gonna mod. Are they both? You can mod both like this, so you could have one of these and one of these. You could have a taller thumbstick on one, and then maybe you want to have your convex on the other.
That's actually that's
and
interesting.
These things, they just swap in so easily. These are your flatter units.
That's really interesting.
Ooh, those are nice. I might go with those. But anyway, very cool.
That's fire.
Super configurable, super customizable. Yes, it has a crazy high price tag, but
it's
for
worth
those
it.
that
I'm
take
not gonna
the
hold
gaming
you.
seriously,
It's worth it.
By the
It's
way,
worth
these,
it.
if you have no experience with like a SCUF controller, you map these to buttons that would typically be on the front. So then you don't need to remove your thumb. from your second thumbstick in order to go hit these buttons. You stay here, and I'm triggering things in the back, whatever you might want to map it to, whether it's crouch or if you want to throw a grenade, it's completely up to you. But that is very cool.
That's
so
beautiful.
I'm going to give Microsoft some points for at least having that option.
That's beautiful.
Even though it's really kind of a different thing because this is quite expensive compared to the console price. And on the PlayStation side, something similar will likely exist, but it will come from a third party. But there is your Elite controller. Now let's flip over to an accessory we have here for the PlayStation. This is the PlayStation headset, official.
Well, we're gonna cut it there because I don't want to like make this too long. I think we have a good idea of just how like they look, like the accessories they might have, the controllers. I feel like that's a good point to end it. If you want a part 2 where I react to the second half of the video, smash that like button. That'll let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I'll catch y'all in the next reaction. Peace out.